Hello, Mr. Shoot, I never can remember. Is it Mr. Reed or Mr. Stewart? I don't know. It's one of them. Hello, anyways. This will be my practice video for the dramatic monologue. Forgive the background again. I have very limited choices when it comes to actual practice space. There might also be a little bit of a humming noise from the fish aquarium, but obviously for the submitted video it'll have maybe another heavenly background or something similar. So I have chosen to read for this assignment. It's called The Promise of You by Danielle Martine, and I was going through several things online, and this one stuck out to me because I'm kind of relatable, unfortunately. So I kept going back to it, and so it's what I ended up sticking with. However, when I've practiced with my oldest daughter, and she was like, how does it end? What did he say? What happened? And so I looked to see if it was actually just an excerpt from something, which it didn't appear to be so. But it did seem very popular, so I'm hoping nobody else has chosen this as well. Because I like to be the best at what I do, and if somebody else does it, they might win. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that competitive. But, so here is my practice of The Promise of You. How long have we known each other now, Bobby? 20? 25 years? Shoot, I don't know. We were in Mrs. Moosenberger's class first grade together, remember? I mean, we saw each other nearly every day and all the way up through high school. If you didn't see me, you'd call and we'd talk on the phone for hours, and you were my bestest friend, Bobby. The best ever. You were definitely my first boyfriend. My first kiss when we were 12, and we thought that was going to last forever. I mean, even when we had dated other people in high school, I always knew that you were the one. Even when you broke up with me after prom. It's just the way it was supposed to be. Everybody said so. Our love was written in the stars. You remember when you said that night out at Epson's Pond? That was the first night we made love together. The moon was so ginormous, and it was so blue, and it was so peaceful and isolated. Except for that bullfrog, that obnoxious thing. Do you remember him? Still, the night was so quiet, and I just remember the feeling that we were the only two people left on Earth. I mean, the stars were winking right at us, twinkling because we were so perfect together, And then you said it. You said that our love was written in the stars. It was the most beautiful thing anybody had ever said to me. It still is. Then we graduated, and it all changed. You went away to college, and I went to school closer to home, and all of a sudden I didn't see you anymore. I mean, I called and I tried to visit. I really did, Bobby, but you're always so busy with school or other things, I guess. I don't know. I tried to understand. I really did. But it was hard, Bobby. It's hard to love somebody so long, so much. And then suddenly they're not there anymore. It's hard to love somebody with all of your heart, and then they're not even around. It's sort of like you died and I didn't even get invited to your funeral. And then, now, one day out of the blue, 5 years later, you call and you tell me that you're getting married. Married. And you want me to come to the wedding because I was your best friend. You wanted me to share in your happiness. Watching you walk down that aisle with a complete stranger was the most difficult thing I have ever done. It's the most difficult thing I will ever have to do. It's felt like I was getting smacked in the stomach with a sledgehammer. I could hardly breathe. Eventually, years actually, Bobby, I got over it. Sort of. I mean, time heals all wounds, or so they say. So I had my boyfriends and lovers and long-ish relationships, but I never felt about them at all the way I felt about you, Bobby. Not even close. Because always lurking in the back of my mind was a 900-pound gorilla that was the promise of you. The promise that our love was written in the stars, Bobby, just like you said that it was. But we're all grown up now, Bobby. And I know that things people say when they're young and in love, no matter how heartfelt, are absolutely just fairy tales. Nothing but beautiful, beautiful lies. But you see, time doesn't heal all wounds. Not really, Bobby. It just sort of numbs the pain sometimes, and so maybe we can forget about it for a little while, but that's all. And now, after all these times, after all these years, I forgot my line. After all these years, back again in my life, in the flesh, telling me that you love me, that you have always loved me, that we can finally be together like the stars said, just like that. Just like that, Bobby. But, you know, the heart is a curious thing, Bobby. It's not just a bunch of valves and pumps and pumping blood through our systems. It's much, much more than that. It's a repository for a lifetime of feelings. You know, a memory bank of emotional trauma and triumph buried deep down inside of you. It's all out of sight, out of mind, maybe. But that doesn't mean you get to forget about it, 'cause I've forgotten about it. But that's just where our love is, Bobby. It's buried deep. And the only thing that it remembers now is the promise of you. And scene. I know I completely forgot my line there for a second. Then I screwed up a couple of words, but I think that I'm on the right path with it. I hope so. I kind of look forward to hearing your criticism. It's not extraordinarily easy for me to do dramatic because I'm just so ridiculously silly all the time. So I look forward to hearing from you